All right, so day 13 of our 14-day challenge. I wanted to switch it up on us a little bit. I wanted to do active recovery today, so that way we're going to do day 14, we'll do a little bit of challenge with the classmates and all that kind of stuff. So like I said earlier, active recovery, it's all about getting that blood flow back into the body. So you don't want to do full exercises, full movements, full workouts, that kind of thing. But getting out, getting active is very good. So today we'll do yoga. We'll have 8 total movements. You're going to hold each movement for trying to hit 2.5 minutes in the 2 rounds. So we'll do 2 rounds of these. So you want to accumulate 2.5 minutes of these poses. Break it out how you need to. If you need to break it up into more rounds, that's fine. If you can only go 30 seconds at a time, that's great. So we will start off with downward dog. So like we were in the last time, get up on your toes, big deep breath in. On your way out, try to touch your heels to the ground and try to push your chest to your knees. You'll feel it in your hamstrings and your calves. Like I said, hold it there. If you need to do a little bit more movement while you're in there, pump those calves a little bit, pump the heels, get that extra movement in. Next, we will go to toe pose, or low lunge, apologies. So low lunge, just like we do in our cool down stretching, you're gonna just have that one leg up, the other leg flat, just really extend down into it. You really feel it in your groin, and then you're gonna hold it there. You can hold that one for a long time. So hold it there for a minute, 15, something like that. And then on the second time around, you'll switch it up and hold for the same amount of time. Next, you will do toe pose. So you'll sit back, curl your toes up. Just sit back right like that on your toes. You'll feel it in your toes. You'll stretch out your feet a little bit, your ankles. And then if your quads are really tight, you'll feel it in your quads. If that's not enough for you, place your feet flat, sit back on your heels. This is called a saddle pose. So saddle will really, really stretch out those ankles down at their bottom. And like I said, if your quads are really tight, your quads will definitely be stretched out as well. The next one is the reclining hand to big toe pose, which is exactly what it sounds like. You're gonna lay back, you're gonna grab your big toe, and you're gonna extend up like this. Try to really flex out that knee, really extend out this leg to feel it more in your hamstrings. If that's too intense to grab your toe, you can use a t-shirt and hold like this, but just really try to push it so that hamstring's being pulled and being stretched out well. The next one will be the reclining pigeon. So on the floors again, you're gonna take your left leg up, or your right leg, whichever one you want to lead with. I'm going to start with my left leg. I'm going to take my right leg in front of it. You're going to reach your right hand through the gap and then connect with your left arm on the outside. You're going to rock back and then really try to pull your left knee up towards your chest. You're going to really feel it down here in your IT band and your glute. And that's exactly where we want it. So hold it there. If you can flex your toes, that opens it up a little bit more. Gets you that stretch even more. But like I said, hold it for that amount of time. Next is the cow face, reclining cow face, which is a little weird name. I don't understand why it's named that, but we're doing it because it's good for you. So similar to the last one, you're going to extend out like this, but you're also going to extend your leg, your left leg, and you're going to grab each ankle, right? You're going to pull them together like you're pulling your knees to your chest. It's really going to open up your IT bands again and your glutes. You'll feel it more on your right side than your left, but that's why we're going to switch it up. So you switch up that extra stretching and get it in both ways. But that would be reclining cow face. Then we will hit the spinal twist. So laying flat down, your knees will come up. You want to anchor your arms to the ground on either side, and you're going to rotate your knees to the ground. Okay? If your back pops, that's great. That's what you want, and it feels really wonderful. So you want those knees to be on the ground. You want to anchor your shoulders to the ground. That's going to really open up that lower back and those hamstrings, the top of the hamstring. And then you'll do it the other way as well. For the final pose, we will do legs up the wall. So when you're on a wall, I don't really have a wall, but you will put your bat on the ground, put your glutes all the way up on the wall, and extend your legs up, pressed up against the wall. So my hands will be a wall right now. The more you flex your toes, the more you'll feel it in your hamstrings. And you'll hold there. When you're holding there for a long time though, be careful because the blood will flow to your head. And if you stand up too fast, you will pass out. One of my coaches did do that because he thought he was Macho Man and he passed out, so don't pass out. Your parents might get mad at me. But that is today's yoga. So do 2 rounds of that or 3, you know, break it up. Like I said, try to hit that 2.5 minute mark for each of those poses. And make sure you're doing the equivalent time for each side. That's also very important. But like for yoga, just like the last time, no need to do the warm up and cool down. You know, yoga can be intense, but you don't necessarily need to warm up and cool down from it. You're already kind of doing that while you're doing yoga if you're doing it right. Also, another tip, make sure you're breathing throughout the whole thing. Breathing is a very important part of yoga, so make sure you're doing so. So have fun with this one. Make sure you're doing it. And I will see you tomorrow for the last day of our 14-day challenge.